Hi there, my name is Sumo, and this is my main account. The other day I made a video called How I Lost 150 Mil. Here's a quick recap of what happened and what I lost. I got distracted and went off to do a corrupted gauntlet to blow off some steam. That's when I died. I still had tons of gear in the death bank at TOA. All told, I lost around 150 mil, including crystal armor, Zenite jewelry, and my BGS. But what hurts even more are the untradeables. I lost my threaded rune pouch, my dragon defender, Vorkath assembler, and my Keris of the Sun. I was also down to my last fire cape, and I lost that as well. In this video, we're gonna get it all back. Now, I might not get spooned very often with drops, but I have to admit I am the luckiest man alive when it comes to my friends and my clanmates. Every single person in the clan offered to help me in some sort of way. Several lent me GP to gear me up for the grind I have ahead of me. Full disclosure, I ignored the majority vote. I ended up splitting my buddy Mad Hatter on the day 1 Dragon Hunter wand drop. And he was the first one to reach out and give me money to get my gear back. What a gem. I have no regrets splitting with him. And now that my buyable gear is sorted for the time being, it's time to grab back the untradeables. I figured the best order would probably be the assembler, then the defender, the fire cape, the thread, and if I'm lucky, I'll get back my sun gem. Along the way, I'm going to be getting GP. I'm treating this money I was given as a loan. The Ava's assembler. To get the Ava's assembler back, I need to visit a boss I haven't done in quite some time, Vorkath. This boss is a fairly easy mid-game encounter. Many of you have probably killed him hundreds, maybe even thousands of times over the years. It's a fantastic moneymaker, but for me personally, I rarely ever grinded out this boss. This boss is nowhere near the most difficult boss in the game, but it's definitely no joke. It's got a combat level of 732, and it can easily one-shot me if I lose focus at the wrong time. The item I'm searching for here is the Vorkath's head, a 1 in 50 drop rate. Each kill ends up being around 5 minutes or so this grind could take upwards of... Whoa, that was insanely quick. 10 kills in and I got it. I guess I'll just go see our good buddy Ava, trade in this head for the assembler. Step 1's complete. The next item is the Dragon Defender. It's dropped by Cyclopses in the Warriors Guild, and it's probably the easiest item to grab on this grind. It's all about how quickly I get it. These monsters don't really have any special abilities, and they can be killed fairly quickly. Looks like I got it back at 124 KC. Just about on drop rate. The Fire Cape. Obtained after completing the fight caves and defeating the highest combat level boss of its time, reobtaining my Fire Cape is not a test of luck, but rather a test of skill. In reality, there's not really much skill involved with today's gear upgrades and methods, but at least I'm guaranteed the drop when it's done. It only took me about 45 minutes to grab it back, but there's just something so nostalgic about grabbing your Fire Cape back after defeating Jad. And now it's time for the final grind, the Tombs of Amasket. Seeing as this is the raid that wiped my team and made me start this whole rebuild, this is definitely the most difficult portion of the rebuild for me. This is arguably the most important portion as well, as it's going to give me a chance to get my revenge on the raid that wiped me and my team in the first place. This raid holds the final 2 items that I need to get back to where I was before, the Keris Partisan of the Sun and the threaded rune pouch. In my opinion, the rune pouch is significantly more important since I will need it for other content outside of TOA, but I'm starting to learn higher invocation raids, and I've been leaning pretty heavily on the Keris of the Sun special attack to heal me in those raids. Long story short, I will most definitely take either of these drops happily. I ran several raids with my bingo teams and hoped that we could either pull a thread, a gem, or a purple. It took me about 65 raids before I finally pulled the thread. In that whole time, I never saw more than a 3-way Lightbearer split. Woo! 800k. And even though I went dry on purples, I had a blast getting to PVM with my buddies and getting to introduce some of the newer members into the raid. I have to admit, seeing that thread in the chest made me unbelievably happy. The rebuild is done, and even though I still have quite a bit of debt to clear out, I'm back in action and ready to go help my team. And we really need help. We're currently in last place by a mile. Our RNG this bingo has been off the charts, and not in a good way. Also, quick update on my Log Avoider series. I'm still hunting the boss pet. Unfortunately, this first forfeit was a doozy. Probably shouldn't have picked that as the first one, but I'm a man of my word. As soon as I get this pet, I promise you the next video will drop. I'll see you then.